To prepare your 2-liter bottles for this next lesson, you'll want to cut off the bottom of them. And to do that, you're going to use a hacksaw and scissors. Do not use an X-Acto blade, and don't start with scissors. Start by marking the seam around the bottom that's on every 2-liter bottle so that you have a line to guide your cutting. Because you're going to want this to sit flat when you're done, and this is a nice guideline to follow with the saw and the scissors. Great, and that's marked. Start with the hacksaw, which is included in your kit. When you do that, grab this side far away from the saw. The saw is not very sharp, unlike scissors or an X-Acto blade, and therefore much safer than using either of those, which can easily slip off the 2-liter bottle surface and cut your hand. So I'm going to start this. We have an opening to work the scissors into. And then I just follow the line with the scissors. Again, keep your hand away from the scissors where you're cutting. Spin the bottle around. Pop out any kinks in it, and now you have your lid that you're going to use for humidity experiments. Next part of the clip, we're going to show you how to attach the humidity probe to the inside using Velcro. Humidity probes often come with the battery separated, and so the back side has a lid you pop off. Slide the battery in. There we go. I think that's in. Maybe not. Getting it in there to make sure it seats in is a little tricky. There we go. Now it's on. All right, the next thing we're going to do is show how to attach the humidity probe to the inside of the 2-liter bottle so it can be easily removed between class periods. The humidity probes you have will have display for Celsius temperature and relative humidity below. You might want to change the setting on back using a paper clip to Fahrenheit, since this is what kids are more familiar with in our country and can draw on their intuitions a little better. So I'm going to push into the button up top there where it says C and F. When I do that, we'll see the it sets now to Fahrenheit. The button below it also changes from relative humidity to relative temperature. I'm not sure what that other RT is. Let's try that. Yeah, I won't fiddle with the bottom one, just fiddle with the top. Okay, so now we have a measure of humidity, we have temperature. What we're going to now do is take some scissors and some sticky Velcro tape, and I'm going to cut off this part of the sticky tape, cut it in half. Actually more like let's go a quarter, because I want it to just sit on the sides so that we can still read it. Great. So now I have 2 strips on the side. I'm going to take one of these and attach it to the inside of here. But before I do, I want to make sure to wipe down the inside. It might be wet from when you washed it out. Make sure it's nice and dry. You're taking a paper towel to do that. You want to blow that out with your hair dryer that you have in your kit as well. Okay, so now I'm going to cut 2 strips of this. The sticky side I'm going to put up right now. And the other sticky side I'm going to put up. This is going to allow me to stick it to the side of the bottle at the right distance so that it'll hang there. And I'm going to put it right along the side, push in, and pull off. And I've got my 2 strips. I've got a location to put my humidity probe. Can remove it easily between classes to air out the bottle, shake both, which you wouldn't want to do when it's in there because it might fly off. Because these take about 5 minutes to reset to room conditions. That's in part because the hole for where the sensor is located for detecting humidity is buried deep inside, right? That vent in back, and it takes a while to get the air in there from the surroundings and the air out that it last detected. So I'm going to slip that back in there, and then I'll show the next step in a moment of how to set this up for students' experiments.